Hey, what's going on? This is Werner Dixon, and this is Homes by Dixon. Today I want to share with you the real costs of living in San Diego. Now, San Diego is the second largest city in California, and with that comes a ton of diversity. So your cost of living is really going to be dependent upon where you live in San Diego, especially when it comes to affordability of home ownership, which is what I specialize in. So let's talk a little bit about North County Coastal, North County, Inland, downtown, and everywhere in between, and let's jump into home prices. So much like California, most of the homes are going to be more expensive than your national average. San Diego is still a very expensive city to live in, no matter if you are downtown or inland or North County. It's still a very expensive place to live. So what does that actually mean? Well, the median sales price of homes have reached $760,000 or more right now in October of 2021. But what does that actually get you? And to answer that, let's start off with what it won't get you. $760,000 is a lot of money, but it won't get you any places in La Jolla, Del Mar, Encinitas, or Solana Beach. Anywhere that's right on the coast is pretty much off the map. If you're thinking about moving to San Diego, you have to become a little bit more realistic on what your money will actually bring to the table in terms of affordability. Now, if you're willing to go about 10 to 15 to 20 minutes inland from the water, then $760,000 is just fine, and you can find a decent amount of homes for that price range. Moving from north to a little bit more further south, places like Oceanside, Vista, San Marcos, Escondido are great places that you can definitely afford a home for $760,000. And even places in the south like Chula Vista, Santee, and El Cajon, you can definitely find homes that are in that price range. Now, places like Poway and Rancho Bernardo or Carlsbad in North County, you're going to want to look at around $1 million and up, maybe to 1.5 if that's where you're wanting to reside. Those places are a little bit more of a premium. They have really great school districts, not that other places don't, but they're known for their school districts, larger homes, and more affluent homes. And moving up in price range, we're looking at Rancho Santa Fe, La Jolla, Del Mar, Encinitas, and Solana Beach, which are all a lot more expensive than the average home in San Diego. Most of those homes we're looking into the $2 to $4 and up $1 million homes. The good news is whatever you do decide to buy or afford in San Diego, you're almost guaranteed appreciation, as San Diego is one of the fastest and most consistently appreciating areas in the country when it comes to real estate. This last year, much like most of the country, there was a lot of appreciation in all the homes. San Diego found about 26% appreciation from last year to now. One big factor when it comes to affordability is your job. So the average salary in San Diego is around $60,000, which if you're living in a more affordable area is going to go a long way. And obviously if you live in a less affordable area is not going to go as far. So obviously your job is going to be very important when it comes to your qualifications and what you can actually afford and your ultimate cost of living in San Diego. With some of the biggest sectors in San Diego, including defense and military, tourism, and biotech. Now let's talk about getting around in San Diego. So you have your job, you kind of know where you're going to live, how are you going to get around? So San Diego does have a lot of transportation options, including buses, the trolley, Sprinter, things like that. But most of San Diego is pretty spread out compared to other areas of the country, and you will probably need a vehicle to get from point A to point B, either your home and the job or your home and extracurricular activity. They're much different than places like Boston or San Francisco, where I think a third of people do not own cars and don't need cars. I think only 6% of San Diegans do not own cars. So what does that look like in terms of gas and getting around? San Diego gas prices are currently under $4 as of this filming, October 2021. We're looking around $3.60 a gallon to $3.90 a gallon, depending upon where you fill up. Most of the parking around structures, buildings downtown are mostly free. However, you do, especially downtown, do find a lot more metered parking, being only $1 to $1.50 per hour downtown. Now on to entertainment and food. San Diego is known for its craft brewing scene. We have over 100 craft breweries and over 100 wineries throughout San Diego County, so you'll definitely want to experience that scene. An inexpensive meal can be had for $15, or $36 will buy you a more involved affair. San Diego residents each spend an average of $162 at restaurants each month, which accounts for just over half of their food expenditure. Now, I did read this earlier where most of the country is definitely favoring eating inside the home, so groceries, things like that. And I think it was like 57% of their cost is getting groceries and cooking in the home, and the 43% was actually eating out. San Diego's a lot more even, where it's almost 50-50. People spend almost the same amount of money as they would eating out as they do dining in. And lastly, utilities. San Diego is known for its very mild climate. So a lot of the time you won't need your heating and air conditioning. However, when it does get cold, it does get cold. And when it gets hot, San Diego is technically more of a desert than it is not. So it does get hot here. However, a lot of older homes are not equipped with air conditioning. So that's something that you probably will want when the temperatures reach, depending upon the area that you live, above 90 degrees, which it does get to sometimes. An average monthly utility bill in San Diego will cost around $138 per month, which is slightly more than what you might pay for in San Francisco, but slightly less than you will pay in LA. So all in all, San Diego is pretty much on par with the national averages when it comes to transportation, food, and utilities. The biggest factor is definitely going to be where you live in San Diego, whether that's North County Coastal, downtown, inland, or anywhere in between. That's going to be the biggest determining factor on your cost of living. So if you have a question specifically about where to move in San Diego, please give me a call, 858-847-5500, or you can always email me at homesbydixon@gmail.com. Please follow me on social media. Thank you so much for checking this out. Until the next video, have a good day.